Do you think these two have enough in the tank to lead this team where it wants to go?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think when you look at Rob Gronkowski, this is a guy who's had an assortment of injuries, whether you're talking about the back, the knee, elbow, but he also took the year off, lost some weight. I think he comes back, rejuvenated, playing in warmer climate, which is, as far as the athlete is concerned, is much better on the body, and just playing in a different environment, not as rigorous as it was under Coach Belichick. So I think he'll be highly motivated, being surrounded by a lot of elite talent at the skill position. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, OJ Howard, Cameron Braid, and as far as Tom Brady's concerned, listen, I think this is the best group of skill position guys that he's probably played with in his entire career. A bunch of guys that are like basketball players, so they have a wide catch radius, and I think Tom is going to be in a great situation where his numbers could explode this year.
Dianna, what are you hearing about how defensive coordinators around the league are looking at this?
Well, I can tell you Eric Washington, Raheem Morris, Dennis Allen, defensive coordinators in that division, just heard that piece there with 9 surgeries and 20 concussions and shaking their head going, yeah, Gronk was breaking down a lot when we last saw him on the field. So in terms of concern for him being a threat, from what I can gather in my conversations, it's not a high priority. They know that he's vertical, he's long, he's going to run those seams. It's all about hitting him. It's all about getting him on the ground. He is not as dynamic in the pocket anymore. So in terms of them as a duo, yes, they are still going to be a threat, but this is not the Tom Brady, the Rob Gronkowski that we've seen in years past, according to defensive coordinators I talked to.
Mike T, what is the role you envision for Gronk in Tampa?
Yeah, he's going to be very impactful, third down, red zone. And I understand what Dianna said, but maybe I just have too many years of scar tissue. Greatness is defined as you know what's coming and you still can't stop it. I mean, for years we talk about Gronk in the red zone, Gronk in the red zone, double team him, jam him at the line of scrimmage, and he'd still score. And these defensive coordinators have no idea how imposing he is until you actually play him. And even in a limited role, as D Wood talked about all the other weapons Tampa Bay has, he is going to be a force multiplier and a point scorer. And if you're a fantasy football player, draft Gronk early because he's going to score a lot of touchdowns, even if he's not the same old player he once was.
That's fascinating to me, Mike, because as I mentioned in the piece, Brady has thrown twice as many touchdowns to Gronk as he did to any other player. But with the array of weapons, that might be the best tight end room in the league. They got 3 legitimate tight ends there. You still think he puts up fantasy numbers?
Yeah, I do. And I know there's that old axiom that not only is he going to have production, but he's going to create it for others because he's going to be double teamed. But I think at the end of the day, Tom Brady, that's his security blanket, and he will throw Gronk open. He will have Gronk draw penalties. And I just, again, so many years of scar tissue, even when you know it's coming and you can't stop it, there's nothing more frustrating or disheartening. And when the rubber meets the road and Tom Brady has to make a key throw, and I know he wasn't the same in the pocket last year, I think the ball is going to go to Gronk, and they're going to run it until someone can stop it.
D-Wood, Bucs or Saints in the NFC South?
I'm going to lean with the Saints. They have the continuity, personnel, head coach, quarterback combination, but it's going to be a highly competitive division because once they get that chemistry going, watch out.
Dianna, I saw you you sort of nodding your head along with that. You agree with that?
Yeah, I'm going to take D's thought on that. I liked what Mike said, though, about Gronk being that security blanket, because I remember having conversations with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before they signed Gronk, and there were some rumors out there, but it seemed so ridiculous at the time. And I remember someone telling me there that it was Tom Brady telling them, I need this guy. I need Gronk. Not everyone on that staff was sold on bringing Gronk in, but because Tom Brady's desire to have that comfort, to have that player out there that he's had so much success with, it was an easy move for them.
I'm on record. They are going to win the division. They're going to win the Super Bowl. And my picks, as we all know, are never wrong. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.